at a certain time, but at that moment, but some things can take a generation to come around. So it's good. So it's good that you wait. So medically, you don't know what's in the blood. If it's saliva or blood, you go to get your blood, and they do blood tests, and they say, hey, there's some kind of, we looked at something in your blood, and it could have been just, taking blood for cholesterol. It could be any reason. And once they take that blood, they run it through all different type of tests. So, but if you had all these sexual relationships outside of marriage, you could have picked up something from somebody else's blood. So, a lot of people, it's good to be celibate. It really is. It's good that if you're a virgin, if you celibate, it's good to be that. But despite what popular people think, some people might think that you're weird, some people might think that you're off the board, but you're playing it safe. You really playing it safe because there's so much going on out here. They got diseases out there that right now that they can't even fathom the cure. And really, even with HIV and things, it's not really 100%. You gotta be on medication for the rest of your life, and you don't want to get full-blown AIDS, and you don't want to get gonorrhea because that's painful. Syphilis is painful. Chlamydia is painful, and hepatitis. So people who engage in sexual relationships, they're taking a chance with their body, and there's something that I have to learn as an individual myself, that there's a temptation, but before you act on your temptation, think about the consequences, and think about how is it going to affect your environment. And it can affect you financially. I mean, let's say if you're a young man and you get with a young lady and you decide to have relationships and it don't work out, something happens where you two can't live together, but now you have to pay child support for the next 18 years of your life, and you link with this person for that, and the child, and it's going back and forth. You see this all the time with people. They're going back and forth, and they're not happy. So that's why your parents and your pastors have told you, wise men have told you, wait till you get married. Wait, because it can be a part of a curse, financially, mentally. It's on you, and then you don't want your child, if you have your dad, to be angry at you because you never was a part of their life. And there's people have done that, and they years later they go to meet up with their son and daughter, and now some of them have bitterness because you missed out greatest part of their life because of a sexual act that wasn't a covenant out of marriage. Not saying that people who have sex in marriage, I mean, that can happen, but at least, because I mean, marriage and divorces, that happen, but at least it's kind of a covenant. And sometimes some people do get married and divorced. But what the thing outside of it is that it's just about the same as financial, or even worse. And so it's good. And you know how some people pick at you if you haven't been with somebody for a while, it's a joke in today's world. But some people who laugh about this, who make fun of people who are virgins, or they don't understand. They don't understand the ramification of it, because sin has its consequences. It really does. And at least people who haven't been around with a lot of people, who haven't been engaged in that type of activity, as they get older and they be faithful, they're preserved too. Because you can tell that person. You ever see some people that they could be 50, 60 years old, and they could be in their 20s and look like they're in their 20s, their 30s, because they value their body. That's why some people look good for their age, because they didn't really engage. And part of it, that's part of it. And then also, of course, eating right, exercise, and things like that.